So just earlier, China came out and they've been cracking down on Bitcoin mining. They came out yesterday. They said that they were cracking down on Bitcoin mining. And this is important because right now, Bitcoin mining, a lot of it is done in China. Most of the world's Bitcoin mining is done in China. And by them, cracking down on it, banning it, and making miners have to move outside of China, go to other locations, this isn't a great thing for Bitcoin, the entire crypto market. Because right now, more than 90% of China's Bitcoin mining capacity is estimated to be shut down. And they're not going to ease up on this anytime soon. They've been continuing to make it harder and harder for Bitcoin miners. Inner Mongolia, a couple months back, they completely banned crypto mining. This is one of the areas in the world where we saw the most Bitcoin mining take place. So now we're seeing people talk about either moving to, other countries, potentially even the US, like Florida and Texas. Florida has cheaper energy with nuclear energy, and the mayor of Miami has been, promoting the fact that Florida could be a viable option for Bitcoin miners. Texas, cheaper wind energy, and they've been, talking as well. So we'll see what happens with the Bitcoin mining. But this morning, the big news that came out that was on top of Bitcoin mining was that China, so the People's Bank of China, said Monday morning, June 21st, that it urged Alipay, a bunch of different banks and payment service providers, to crack down on crypto trading altogether. And what this means is that they said that financial firms were instructed to go through their systems to investigate and identify customers with accounts at virtual currency exchanges or that trade cryptocurrencies in over-the-counter market. In such cases, the institutions have to cut off the account's ability to receive money for transactions. The central bank came out and said that earlier. In addition to this, the other big thing with this is it's not just, saying you can't buy and sell, but the banks, they reached out to 5 different banks, Industrial and Commercial Bank of China, Agricultural Bank of China, China Construction Bank, Postal Savings Bank of China, and Industrial Bank Ltd. They all said in separate statements that they are prohibiting the use of their accounts for anything related to cryptocurrency. And they also said that if they do find accounts when they're going through, if they do find people who have engaged in any sort of crypto-related activity, they can either block these people's accounts altogether from sending funds or just remove them completely. So it'll be interesting to see what happens, but this is really a big deal. Like we have seen in the past that China has spoken about imposing bans on several different domestic cryptocurrency exchanges, and people always can find workarounds. They can either send their money offshore, they can conduct business using not the yuan, but they could use it, let's say, using the US dollar, and always, have ways to work around it. But now it seems like they're really starting to crack down on how strict they're becoming. And we all know that these companies are going to follow exactly what the Chinese government says. They are, a lot of these companies, we've seen in the past, Alipay, Alibaba, when they didn't listen to the government, well, they got in a lot of trouble. Jack Ma seemed to have disappeared for a couple of months. People had not heard from him at all. So we know in China, it's like a dictatorship. They have to follow exactly what is said by the government. If not, well, they're going to be in big trouble. And especially because these are just statewide banks anyways. But we'll have to see what happens. Let me know what you guys think of this. But in my opinion, with them starting to ban crypto, they've already banned it, but with them really cracking down and updating the algorithm to search for any sort of crypto related activity in a bank account, and then banning those accounts, forbidding them to send money to exchanges, well, that's going to take away a major population of investors from putting money into crypto. Because right now we see that there are so many people in the crypto world that are from China, that are, located in Asia. It's not just the US. We're seeing all across the world that people are pouring billions of dollars into crypto. And with China being one of the largest countries in the world, over 1 billion people, that's a major deal. Like China has been pushing for their Chinese digital yuan. They don't want any competition with that. So they've been pushing for that for months now. And with them finally starting to get the Chinese digital yuan rolled out, I think they're only going to get stricter and stricter on Bitcoin and crypto. And that's why we're seeing the entire market down significantly this morning. We are seeing just it down 6.1%. I don't know what you guys think about it, but It's not good. It's definitely not good. It's not the end of crypto. We're seeing US companies start to continue to put more and more money into the crypto world. We're seeing companies in Europe, Australia, New Zealand. We're seeing a lot of countries still pushing for crypto, pouring more money into the crypto market, crypto world. It's just China, major population, definitely not a good sign for crypto. Definitely not what we'd like to hear. There are workarounds, but it's just not ideal. Not an ideal situation for what we want to see with crypto. But let me know what you guys think of this, because it's not just Bitcoin mining anymore. It's just trading and investing in crypto. And if banks see any activity, any sort of unusual transactions to offshore accounts for, let's say, crypto trading, well, they could just block that person's account, ban them entirely. And if they don't, well, the Chinese government is going to get involved anyways.